These pro-life leaders gathering at the National Press Club announced a special emphasis throughout the year will be on the many, usually unpublicized ways abortion hurts. Abortion has certainly created 56 million victims, the children, but the reverberations from it go out way beyond that. Georgette Forney aborted a child when she was 16 and still grieves after 39 years.
It doesn't happen in this little room and you walk away and it's all gone. It's not like having a tooth pulled and you get up and you go back to work and it's no big deal. It is a trauma, it's life-changing, and not only for the woman herself, but for the people around her.
Like the daughter she eventually had, who as an 18-year-old was horrified when she first heard how her older sister had been killed.
This 8-year-old on my lap knew it wasn't okay, knew it didn't matter if it was legal or illegal, but that it had permanently impacted her life.
That little girl couldn't let go of her unborn sister, who would have been named Elizabeth.
And so she began to have a kind of a pretend relationship with Elizabeth as an 8-year-old that carried on for many years, because she had always wanted a big sister.
Silent No More's Kevin Burke found out recently from a counselor at a maximum security prison how many would-be fathers spin out of control after abortions.
90% of the inmates had experienced abortion. And in an informal poll he did, many of these men shared that it was part of their descent into crime.
Burke says their rage and anger lead to all sorts of trouble.
Destructive relationships, abusive behaviors, impulsive, risk-taking behaviors.
Janet Morana knows from painful personal experience how much would-be grandparents can be devastated.
My daughter had 2 abortions without even telling me. And she knew I was pro-life. She knew she could come to me, but somehow she felt, I don't want to disappoint Mom, and she went off and did that. And so I mourn the loss of my grandchildren.
The leader of Priests for Life says the circles of harm go beyond the family.
You have the friends who may have helped her to get an abortion, or the abortionist himself and their staff, even the pro-life advocates who try to save that life and fail. That hurts.
But longtime abortion foe Marjorie Dannenfelser says pro-choice advocates believe abortion has saved society from what the Nazis called useless eaters. Millions of unproductive young people that would have drained resources.
The thinking behind that, of course, is that kids are underbrush, and that there are certain parts of society that should be cleared out so that the rest of us can actually eat well and live with some distance between you and me.
Think about all the children that were aborted, over 50 million. They would have been working and paying into society. Maybe the government would not be shutting down and Social Security wouldn't be going bankrupt because they would be productive citizens.
I mean, the real question is, can we afford not to have this child? Given what that child is meant to do and be.
Dannenfelser believes each aborted child could have contributed something important to the world.
Because we know each of them was made for a purpose. Many of those purposes, of course, are purposes that were never filled by somebody else.
Paul Strand, CBN News, the National Press Club in Washington.